Welcome to Arithmetic Sequences in Series. The first part of our lesson, we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences. First, let's identify or define what is an arithmetic sequence. This is a sequence in which there's a common difference between consecutive terms. Okay, now let's have some sequences and let's try to identify if it's an arithmetic sequence. If it is, then let's identify the common difference. The first sequence is given to you. Okay. Let's take a look. As we are looking at this, we can say this is a decreasing pattern. Sorry, this is an increasing pattern. The values of your term is going up. Okay, so this is an increasing pattern. From -3 it became -1, means we add 2, and from -1 to 1, that's +2, 1 to 3 +2, then to 5 +2, and then you keep adding 2. Okay, so because there's a common difference, this is an arithmetic sequence, so yes, and the difference is 2. Okay, let's take a look at the second. Pause the video and answer it on your own, okay, so that you can, let's see if you can do this independently. Okay, this second sequence is an arithmetic sequence, yes, and the difference is minus or -1.5. So from 15.5 minus 1.5, you have 14. 14 minus 1.5, you have 12.5, and so on and so forth. Okay. Third sequence. Take a look if it's an arithmetic or sequence or not. Okay, on your own. Okay. This one is not. So there's no point of writing the difference. From 84 to 80, there's a difference of 4. From 80 to 74, it's 6. So there's no need to look at the fourth one. Okay. Fourth sequence. Is this an arithmetic sequence? Okay. Also no. Okay. Fifth sequence. Again, pause the video if you must. Okay. This is a sequence, arithmetic sequence, and the difference is 6. Okay. At this point, you already know how to identify and you recognize what is an arithmetic sequence. Okay, you only have to plus. There's a difference. You either plus the same amount or subtract or minus the same amount for every term. Okay, so the common difference is always the difference between any term and the term that precedes that term. So another sequence. What's the common difference here? Okay, think this is 5 or +5 for every next term. Okay, now let's take a look at the general form of an arithmetic sequence so that it's easy for you to solve problems regarding arithmetic sequence. The first term is represented as u(1). This is the first number that you see in the sequence. Second term is going to be represented by u(2), and u(2) is equal to the first term plus the common difference. Okay. Third term is represented as u(3). It's equal to the first term plus 2 times your common difference. Okay, I hope it's making sense to you. Fourth term is u(4) is equal to the first term plus 3 times your difference. So if you know the first term and you know the common difference, it's not difficult to find what's the term that you're looking for, the value of the term that you're looking for. The fifth term is represented as u(5) is equal to first term or u(1) plus 4 times d. So as a general rule for the nth term, u sub n is equal to u sub 1 plus n minus 1, the number of terms, times d. So you can take a look at here. The number of terms is 5. Okay, the number here is 1 less. You can take a look at that. Here it's 4 and the number here is 1 less. Here it's 3. This number here is 1 less. Okay. By the way, the formula for arithmetic sequence, this formula is written in your formula booklet. But then again, I encourage you to write this in your notebook as well, and then write it in your own words, each term, what it means, so that you understand it when you have to go back and review. Okay, so u sub n is the nth term. Okay, we are just summarizing what we just learned. Okay, u sub 1 then is the first term or the first number of the series. Nth term can be any term of your sequence. Okay, n is the term number or the number of terms. Then d is your common difference. So let's try to solve some problems. Okay, if we know any three of these, we ought to be able to find the fourth. So you need to know three of these. Okay, let's solve some problems. Given a sequence 79, 75, 71, 70, 67, 63, find the 32nd term. Okay. Identify. Okay. We know u sub 1, which is the first term. First term of the series is 79, or the sequence. The common difference is negative 4 or minus 4, because from 79 to 75, it's minus 4. 75 to 71, minus 4. 71 to 67, minus 4. Okay. Now, n is 32 because we are looking for the 32nd term. Okay. Pause the video. You know three of the variables in your formula. Compute it and find out what is u sub 32. Okay, to continue solving, you should have gotten negative 45. Okay, we just substitute the values. Okay, so what will happen is first term 79. Okay, 32 minus 1, negative 4. This will become 31. Okay, I hope your solution is correct. Okay, another example. Given the same sequence, what term number is negative 169? Now, what are you looking for here? Term number should be n. So you're looking for n. Okay, what are the given information to you? Identify. You know the first term, 79. Okay, you know that the common difference is negative 4, and u sub n is negative 169 here. The thing is, you don't know the number of term. Okay, use the formula, pause the video again, solve it on your own, and then play the video to see how to solve it. Okay, here you go. This is the solution. Okay, we substituted u sub n by negative 169. And then your first term is 79 plus n is something that you don't know, minus 1 to negative 4. Now when you solve it, don't forget that you need to use distributive property. You need to multiply negative 4 to n and negative 4 to negative 1, and then simplify. Okay, did you get 63? I hope so. Okay, let's move on. Now, given two terms, the 10th term is 3.25 and the 12th term is 4.25. We don't know the common difference, but it says find the first term. Now, it's difficult to solve a problem when you don't know the common difference. Remember that this is the 10th term and this is the 12th term, so it skipped term. There are many possible ways to solve this, but let's solve this using the formula. Okay, I think you know the common difference here by just making sense of these two numbers. Okay, so we are looking for the difference. Identify, we can change u sub 10 to u sub 1. Let's pretend that this is your series just so we can find the common difference. And the third term is 4.25, and you know that the number of terms is 3. 1, and then your missing term is the second, and then the third term is 4.25. Okay. Pause the video and then try to solve it on your own. And then after you have solved it, play the video again to check for the solution. Here is the solution for you. Okay, so here's the solution. So now you know that the difference is 0.5. Now that we know that the difference is 0.5, it's now easy because we now have one variable. We know the value. We know now the value of one of the variables. Okay, so we can now find out what is u sub 1, or the first term of this series. Okay, now we're going back to use the same given. U sub 10 is 3.25, u sub 12 is 4.25, and we are looking for the first term. Sorry, this should have been u. Okay, identify. We know u sub 10, and then the difference is 0.5, and the n is 10. You can actually also use u sub 12 here instead of u sub 10. It's up to you, but if you use u sub 12, you will still get the same answer or same solution. Okay, pause the video again and then try it on your own. Okay, to check your answer, solve. Okay. Here you go, 3.25. You don't know what's the first term, plus 10 minus 1 times 0.5. Your first term is negative 1.25. Very good. Okay, this is it for now, and use your textbook to solve more problems as practice questions.